We are next now to the tomb of Jesus according to the garden tomb, and that tour will take you from one tomb of Jesus, which is from here, to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher tomb in the city of Jerusalem. That's how it looks like from the inside, and you can actually see where they prepare his body to the burial, and this is the tomb. Now I do have a longer video about it. This is a short visit at the tomb. And look how beautiful is the garden tomb. We're skipping the Skull Hill, the Golgotha here, because there's a lot to see in that video. And don't worry, I have so many YouTube videos of the garden tomb and the Church of the Holy Sepulcher, and you are most welcome to visit it, and by the way, to subscribe to my channel, be part of my family. Look how beautiful is the garden. We are dedicating the tour to everyone who are watching that video, but especially to Gabriel Hart, who asked me to buy that cross, to bless it, to take a video of it, and to send him his cross back to him. We're going out through the shop, we can skip it. Then this is the garden tomb entrance. It won't cost you a penny, but I think it will be nice if you will leave a few pennies, a few dollars, a few euro at the donation boxes. The garden tomb is located at the northern part of the city, outside the walls of Jerusalem. Then this is a very good point, because now we know that if it's outside the wall of Jerusalem, it means that it might be the correct side. Is it? Because the Church of the Holy Sepulcher tomb church is not only inside the wall, it's actually at the Times Square of the city. The question is, do we believe that that city that we are visiting now, or going to visit, is the same city from the time of Jesus? Remember, there's a gap of 2,000 years. Ta-da-da! It's a huge difference. Think about your city. Then there is so many reasons to believe that the Church of the Holy Sepulcher is the correct side. Let's start with 4th century evidence, and garden tomb it's only 19th century. And you can actually say 16th century, because they actually the Protestant who's got no place in the Church of the Holy Sepulcher mentioned that it wasn't the real site, and they were looking for something else outside the walls, and they found the Golgotha. I mean, it really looks like a skull. If you will look at the videos of mine at the garden tomb, it's a totally skull, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Unbelievable. Then I must say that I will walk slowly, but the gap between those two churches is of, I don't know, 15-20 minutes walking slowly. Who knows? The best thing that I will ask you to do is to visit those two places and then decide by yourself. The Church of the Holy Sepulcher belongs to most of the Christians, Greek Orthodox, Armenian, Orthodox churches, and Catholic. The garden tomb belongs to some of the Protestant churches, and still it's such an amazing place to visit. And I want you to understand how close we are to Damascus Gate. You can see it in front of you, outside the gate. The location is the best location. As you can see, there are a lot of people here. And if you watched my videos, you saw that the Skull Hill, the Golgotha, is next to the Palestinian public bus station, which shows us that it was a crowded place, and the idea of crucifixion is to do that outside the gate in a very crowded place, then people will be able to see everything. The idea is to crucify the person at, and let me tell you exactly where it is. Just so a bus entered to the parking place, that is the Crucifixion place. At the end of the bus station, there's a small hill, maybe the skull hill, with a face of a human being. It's unbelievable. And the idea is to crucify them in a place that everyone will be able to see, and then they will spread the rumor. Don't do that, because if you will do that, they will crucify you too. Then in that case, this was the best media, CNN, whatever. Name a net that you like or don't like. Let's say YouTube. In front of you can see Damascus Gate, which is only from the 16th century. And it's not something old compared to Jesus' time. Jesus was 1st century, remember, beginning. I think here, 33, he was crucified. And I want to show you another mark from 2nd century, which is 130 to 135 years after Jesus' time. After Jesus' time. You can see here a small arch, the lower one. This is an Adrian arch of a triumph arch that he had, he built here, or they built it for him. The walls that you see here is only from 16th century, built by Suleiman the Magnificent, an Ottoman Sultan, but it was based on top of ancient walls. And still, we are outside the city, as you can see, and the garden tomb is outside the city. It's just like the Bible mentioned. We are entering through Damascus Gate, which is such a beautiful gate, and I can see a little bit of the market. It's quite a hot day, and you can see that it's not easy to walk here. Think about an army trying to enter the city. Not going to be easy for him. I love the colors. I love the smell of the old city. It's quite a clean place, as you can see. When you will reach a junction, if you will take the left one, you will reach the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, or the first stations of the Via Dolorosa. If you will turn right, you will go through the main street that the Romans built from the second time, from the time of Adrian and up. And it's called the Cardo. The Cardo, it's the heart of the city, a street from north, and we are reaching the city from the north to the south to, let's say, Mount Zion. See, this is the junction that I was talking about, and Damascus Gate is just in your back now. Oh, look at the bagels and the pita bread and the sweets. And I must tell you that they have an excellent falafel stand. Very good falafel, a little bit salty, but I love it. And we are turning right, we are going through the Cardo. The Cardo, it's the main street from north to south. And soon, oh God, the smell of coffee. Usually that part of the street is not touristy. And if you want to see the city without tourists, now it's not a problem, it's a wartime between Israel and the bad people, then in that case there are not a lot of tourists anyhow. But if you want to avoid tourists and to see the market as it should be, then this is a good part of it. A lot of sweets. This is my enemy. I lost 20 kilos, which is a lot. And that's because I'm not eating those sweets anymore. I can finish it in less than 5 minutes. It's beautiful, isn't it? And again, I'm walking slowly. Meanwhile, I will ask you to subscribe to my channel if it's the first video of yours. Because of the war, you're the only tourist that I'm guiding now. And I want to hear from you. I want to know you. And every time that I see one more person who subscribe my channel, it makes me happy in those horrible days. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's less beautiful, isn't it? That's more beautiful. There's so many things for daily life. Oh, we are reaching to a very important place. Are you ready for it? 3, 2, 1, and look at that. So many kind of herbs, the shape of a pyramid, and an Aqsa. It's like the dome of the rock above it. And the second important place is the Via Dolorosa. Via Dolorosa, it's Jesus' way that he walked with his cross to the Golgotha. Remember, we are reaching the second Golgotha and the second tomb of Jesus together with you, Gabriel, together with your cross. And from here we actually reach the 7th station of the cross. That's where he fell for the second time. That is the 6th and the 5th station of the Via Dolorosa. Shukran. And the 8th station is right there. But we are on the way to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher tomb. We will do that, well, the easy way is to do that through the facade, and it can save us a few minutes, but I think you already knows me. Why should I save you time if I can take you to see another nice place in the city? We are going to climb up to the roof of the Church of the Holy Sepulcher. But let me tell you that the church at the 4th century started from here, from the Cardo, from the main street. Cardo, it's the heart of the city. If you're going to deal with a doctor who deals with the heart, you are dealing with a cardio doctor, and this is the meaning of it. That from here we will climb up to the. Now look at him. You can see that he is a nice guy. You can see it. He's always smiling. Then if you want to stop and buy something from his shop, do that. You deserve it. And that's where the church actually started. Today, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is only half of what it used to be at the 4th century. The church was built by St. Helen. About building churches, she could build it in so many other places, but people are following traditions. For the first 400 years or 300 years, the Romans didn't allow Christians to say that they are Christian and to worship Jesus. Then I'm sure that the father took their children to the side of the crucifixion and said, it's happened there. It's happened there. But don't talk about it. Then when St. Helen came, it's only 300 years after, she knew exactly where to go. And inside the church, there are more tombs next to Jesus' tomb from the 1st century. I must say that there is a huge debate about how old is the garden tomb. Some say that it's from the first temple time, which is 7 or 8 centuries before Jesus. And it was used a few times. And we know that Jesus got a tomb that no one used before. There's so many rumors, there's so many scholars who will do that, who will say that. Then there's so many options. This is the 9th station of the cross. And you can see the 2 domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. It took me 17 slow minutes to reach the church. This is the Egyptian part of the church, and we are entering to the Ethiopian part of the church. God, I have so many videos of it that I'm skipping a lot of information. You can actually watch it through my videos, and you can write me a message and I will send you the links to both churches, or Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Garden Tomb. We will enter the Church of the Holy Sepulchre from 2 Ethiopian churches, but before that I need to take my hat off and let the Ethiopian disciples enter to the chapel. Look how beautiful it is. I'm not sure that I mentioned it, but if you want to have your own cross, it's not a problem. Look at the description of that video, and you will see Buy Me a Coffee link, and the information will be there. If you won't find it, you can send me a message, and I will send you the link for it. The tomb of Jesus is new. I'm talking about here, because it's been destroyed so many times. What you're going to see is a 19th century tomb, and the location is the correct location. Not like the garden tomb. I cannot enter with my video into the tomb. Then, Gabriel, I will bless your cross at that tomb later on. inside the tomb later on. But I'm going to show you another tomb from 1st century. The smell of the candles. The light is from the holy fire, then for me it's such an important thing. Just like the other tomb. Not just like the other. Here they purify the body of Jesus. And then they bury him. The tomb here is divided into two. The first chapel with the candlelight is the angel chapel, took care that no one will steal the body of Christ. The inner part is the tombstone itself. But as I told you, it's a new one, and I'm taking you to see a tomb from 1st century that shows you that that place might be the correct side as well, but it doesn't matter for me because both places are magical. When I used to take my daughter to the garden tomb, she used to run to me and say, Abba, I'm speaking with angels. You just enter to a tomb. There are niches there, not like beds as we saw at the garden tomb. And there are at least 5 or 6 niches here. And they used to put the body there. A year later, they used to take the bones out and to bury the new people who died instead of them. And that's why when Joseph of Arimathea buried Jesus, he gave Jesus his own tomb that no one used before. That one was used so many times, and I will wait for the priest to go out, and I will show you a little bit more of it. Then let's go in. I want you to imagine that the tomb of Jesus looks the same, and because of the light of the candles, we don't need to use the flashlight here. Hallelujah for that. Then you can see 2 niches here. 3rd niche is closed. There's another 2 niches here, and behind me, to the right of me, there's another one. That wall is from the maybe the first church or even the Roman temple that used to be there. They didn't mind about that cave because the cave of Jesus was more important. And when someone destroyed that tomb of Jesus, he didn't destroy that because it wasn't so important. Then if we know that Joseph of Arimathea, that was his garden was next to the crucifixion place, like John 19 said, then if he gave Jesus his own tomb, I believe that he built himself another family tomb next to his master, and that might be this cave, rock-cut burial site of Joseph of Arimathea. Beautiful, isn't it? It took me only 24 slow minutes to reach the tomb of Jesus. First tomb to the second tomb, first option to the second option, and I will end the tour by telling you, accept the idea that there are 2 options. Love that idea. Visit those 2 places. And then choose whatever your heart tells you to choose. But remember that every Christian is a Christian. It doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus in that way or other way. For me, it's such an important issue. A Christian is a guy who believes in Jesus. And the people who believed in Jesus' tomb, at the garden tomb, are Christians. Christians who believe that the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is the correct side are Christians. Let's be united and not different. Thank you very much for being with me in that 25 minutes. Enjoy, celebrate life. Bye-bye.